Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A busy news week here in Connecticut, and Fox 61 has been covering it all. A Waterbury stepmom pleads not guilty to charges that she held her stepson captive for 2 decades.
Now, in addition to that, a family is destroyed in Wolcott after a disturbing, deadly domestic shooting.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, on the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Bridget Bjorlo.
And I'm Angelo Bavaro. So much to get to. Let's begin with that Waterbury case. Kimberly Sullivan made her 3rd court appearance today. She maintains her innocence against accusations that she starved her stepson and kept him captive for most of his life.
Now, she is out on bond in between court appearances, so the state pushed for additional conditions to her release. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson is in Waterbury with what a judge decided today.
Kimberly Sullivan pleaded not guilty in court, but she faces another battle: maintain her freedom during her release or be forced to comply with the state's request of GPS monitoring or house arrest.
Your Honor, may we enter a not guilty plea and make a jury election today?
Kimberly Sullivan, the woman accused of holding her now 32-year-old stepson captive for more than 20 years, continues to maintain her innocence. This was Sullivan's 2nd court appearance this week.
You know what you did!
On Wednesday, the state filed a motion to impose house arrest or GPS monitoring during her release.
I introduced myself to the victim, explained who I was. His first question in this sphere is, why is she out walking around when I was locked up in a room for 20 years?
Tracy Valloran, the son's biological mother, says she feels the same way.
She should be in prison just like she kept my son. It's disgusting that everybody that was in that household is in prison in solitary confinement, and they could be fed 2 cups of water a day.
The prosecution tried to strengthen their argument by bringing up additional witnesses they say have come forward, like Sullivan's friend of 21 years.
In the 21 years she's known this defendant, she's never spoken of a stepson. She was shocked to learn she had a stepson, and that friend was never allowed in this house.
Sullivan's attorney, Jonas Koloidis, pushed back on the state's motion. He says Sullivan already follows the current release conditions and shows a willingness to appear in court.
I believe they would have a direct and significant impact on her right to a fair trial, and it is one that will impact and bear directly on the presumption of innocence, which is something that is crucial in this case, because nobody has afforded her that.
We asked attorney Koloidis about his thoughts on the additional witnesses.
It means nothing. There's going to be plenty of people that are going to come out of the woodwork and have all these horrible things to say about my client. We'll see what's actually admissible in court and what stands up in court under cross-examination.
Ultimately, the court granted the condition of GPS monitoring, but denied the state's house arrest request. Judge Joseph Schwartz said that even though these are just allegations right now, this is the most troubling case he's dealt with here in Waterbury. Sullivan's next court date is April 22nd. In Waterbury, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
The Connecticut Department of Children and Families says it dug into the archived closed records and found documents related to this case. At this hour, DCF says it's reviewing those records from more than 20 years ago and looking to see if DCF did things properly at the time, to see if things need to change or if they need to change their internal rules or laws. We're told DCF is working with Waterbury Police right now and bipartisan lawmakers. It says once they learn what happened, they'll let us know.
And you can head over to Fox 61 Plus to see special coverage of that Waterbury captivity case. We'll take you from the beginning of that investigation to where we are now and what comes next. Again, that special streams on Fox 61 Plus. Just download the app on your TV and watch for free.
All right, switching gears now, let's check in with the weather department because things are looking really nice tomorrow.
Yeah, Deshaun, what's going on? We've got this kind of tale of 2 seasons. We've got really nice and then a little bit colder for some people in Connecticut.
Yeah, really nice, and then still feeling like winter in some places. So some places will hit the 70s tomorrow, while others will remain in the 40s. But tonight we're tracking some showers out there. If you're heading out there, definitely walk with an umbrella, as those showers are starting to impact our region. Tomorrow, 70s in some places, 40s in the other, and then there is a chance for more showers on Sunday. Right now, it is cloudy overhead with spotty light showers across the state. More showers across upstate New York. Some of these will make their way into our region within the next few hours. So still tracking showers over the next several hours, but by the time we wake up for Saturday morning, we will wake up to drier conditions, a mix of sun and clouds. The eclipse is only a few hours away. The eclipse will begin around 4:50 a.m. Maximum eclipse is likely to take place around 6:47, and this event will wrap up by 8:43. So keep that in mind for you sky gazers. For those of you looking to watch eclipse, well, these clouds will clear out of our area by the time we wake up for Saturday morning. Coming up, I'll let you know more about tomorrow's temperature trend. Back to you guys.
We're learning some more details about a deadly domestic shooting that happened in Wolcott last night. Yeah,
and police say a father shot and killed his wife and son during an argument, and a friend who was there at the time then shot and killed the father.
Fox 61's Alicia Hercules spoke with neighbors about what happened there.
People who live in the area say that this neighborhood is usually quiet. They say hearing the news of the killings is terrifying and disturbing. One neighbor says she's had several bad experiences with the father of the family.
He always told me, I'm watching you. I know when you're coming and going. I see you out there playing with your kids. He set up cameras facing my yard to watch us.
Tara Richards says she had multiple disputes over the years with David Coate. She says Coate made several threats towards her and her kids. She says the police responded to some of these incidents.
I always said to my family, if anything, if I ever go missing, it's this guy. He's off. There's something not right.
Police say Coate shot and killed his wife Michelle and son David Coate Jr. during an argument at their home on Bound Line Road. Richards says she never met the son, but had several positive experiences with Michelle.
The wife was sweet. She was nice, and she came over when I had babies, and she was nice. It's really sad. She didn't deserve that at all.
Police say Coate was moving out of the home. His son and one of his friends were helping. At one point, Michelle Coate came to the house. Investigators say she was estranged from her husband and was living in a different town. At one point, they say the parents got into an argument, and Coate Jr. and his friend tried to break it up. That's when police say Coate shot his wife and son. Investigators say the son's friend pulled his own gun and shot Coate, then called 911. They say the friend has a legal firearms permit and his gun is registered. Alan Kaviska, who has lived in the neighborhood for more than 30 years, says he is still in shock after learning of the killings.
I can't believe it. Right up the street. I mean, I can just literally look at it. And we did. We watched it all night. The cops going in and out. This morning they removed the bodies.
Police say they will not release the name of the friend who shot the father until their investigation is complete. In Wolcott, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
All right, Alicia, thank you. New information tonight after an early morning house fire erupted in Wallingford.
Yeah, now everybody who lived there is on the hunt for a new home. Fox 61 Stephen Reels has the latest.
Well, the flames have died down from Friday morning's fire. You can still hear the remnants of what happened. That fire alarm right here on Clifton Street still going off Friday evening.
Neighbors tell us they had a hard time getting to work in the morning while fire crews responded. The Wallingford Fire Department tells our newsroom they first got the report of the fire around 4:30 Friday morning. Once crews arrived, they saw a heavy fire coming from the multiple floors of this 3-story home. Crews from North Haven, Meriden, and Hamden came to help, and crews were eventually able to get it under control after about an hour and a half. The house here took the brunt of the damage, but the house next door was burnt as well. Unfortunately, one person died as a result of the fire, and their name has not been released at this time. According to a representative from the Wallingford Fire Department, everyone who lived here has been displaced as a result of the fire, but we do not know at this time the amount of people that were displaced.
Now, this whole incident is still under investigation with the Wallingford Fire Marshal's office. Of course, we will keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. In Wallingford, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
A Norwich man has been arrested for a shooting that happened at a New London restaurant back on January 30th. 25-year-old Anderson Florimond Amy was arrested back on March 17th. That arrest is in connection to an incident that happened at Favorites Bistro Bar on Bank Street in New London. Now, when police arrived, they found a 27-year-old man with gunshot wounds. That victim is okay now. Police say this was not a random act. Florimond Amy faces criminal possession of a firearm, 4 counts of reckless endangerment, and unlawful discharge of firearm charges.
Police are looking for the person who assaulted someone in North Haven, then took them back to New Haven. Police responded to an address near Clay Street and Shelter Street for a reported assault that happened yesterday. The victim had already been taken to the hospital when police got there. Officers say that person was assaulted in North Haven and then again in New Haven. No arrests have been made just yet, but if you have any information, you're asked to call police.